Aloha, and welcome to Church of the Holy Cross United Church of Christ in Hilo, Hawaii. It is the first Friday of September, and so it's time for our community concert. Welcome. We would much prefer to have everybody gathered in a great big room, but you know, that's just not wise right now. So we are gathered wherever we may be, and for that matter, because of the magic of recordings, whenever we might be. All I ask is that you sing with all your heart and soul. And who knows, whenever it is, I just might hear you. So we always begin with the same song. We always end with the same song. There are two different same songs, but you get the idea. This Little Light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Well, in this next verse, I'm gonna sing it here in Hilo town. You can sing it whatever town you happen to be in. Here in Hilo town, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, here in Hilo town, I'm gonna let it shine. Here in the Hilo town, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No. Hide it under a bushel? No. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, hide it under a bushel? No. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. We gonna let anybody blow it out? I don't think so. Won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, I won't let anyone blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let anyone blow it out. Oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, 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 let it shine. Well, there we are. We are off to a rolling start. And as my old friend Paul would say, it's obviously, therefore, time to switch instruments. Actually, my old friend Paul would complain about it being time to switch instruments, but it is in fact time to switch instruments. And also time to be concerned about cables hooking up or catching onto things in odd and concerning ways. I don't know why I decided that I needed to play this on ukulele tonight, but for some reason, ukulele feels like just the right instrument for Skip to Malou. skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Flies in the buttermilk, shoe fly, shoe, flies in the buttermilk, shoe fly, flies in the buttermilk, shoe fly, shoe, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Little red wagon, well, painted blue, there's a little red wagon. Painted blue, there's a little red wagon. Painted blue, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. I'll get another one pretty as you. I'll get another one pretty as you. I'll get another one pretty as you. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. I can't get a red bird, a jaybird'll do. I can't get a red bird, a jaybird'll do. Can't get a red bird, a jaybird'll do. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Cats in the cream jar, oh, 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 cats in the cream jar, oh, 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 cats in the cream jar, oh, 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 skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Now, here's another old favorite. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blow wind rise up so early in the morn? Oh, can't you hear the captain shouting, Dinah, blow your horn. Oh, Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo and singing fee-fi, fiddly-I-ho, fee-fi, fiddly-I-ho, ho-ho, fee-fi, fiddly-I-ho, strumming on the old banjo. That song would probably last longer if it didn't speed up. Well, this is one of the songs that I have written, and it's not quite unique among the songs that I've written in that somebody has asked me not to sing it. However, I do, from time to time, sing it anyway. And, well, it's mostly a song about city spaces, about congested roadways. Here in Hilo, we aren't that familiar with congested roadways. We think that the highway to Kayal is a traffic jam, and it is for 6 or 7 minutes. But well, you'll I suspect recognize Honolulu, Hartford, Los Angeles, New York. Out on the road, I'm just sailing on the highway. I'm on way back home from a long day's work. Out on the road, and from out of nowhere, there's a blur in my right mirror and a sudden stab of terror. The car just missed my bumper and there was no room for error. Now he flashes on ahead. I found a jerk. If you're a jerk, I don't need to know it. If you're a jerk, now why you gotta show it? If you're a jerk, well, I've got a better plan. If you're a jerk, try and hide it if you can. Now, I wrote this as a sing-along, and your part is really easy. It goes like this. If you're a jerk, that's all it is. If you're a jerk, if you're a jerk. Now you can try harmony, but try and hide it if you can. That's the being a jerk part, not the harmony. Don't hide the harmony. Never hide the harmony. You know what harmony is, right? It's when you're singing a note that's different from the person next to you, or the person at the other end of the camera, or something. I'm on the road, but now I'm sitting on the highway. In a traffic jam, that grand commuter's perk. I'm on the road, and there in the breakdown lane, he's just sailing along as if he's doing nothing wrong. In his massive SUV, or his Flash 280Z, so much more important than me, or he's a jerk. If you're a jerk, I don't need to know it. If you're a jerk, now why you gotta show it? If you're a jerk, well, I've got a better plan. If you're a jerk, try and hide it if you can. Pardon me, I'm choking on my own saliva. Jerks don't limit jerkiness to highways. Jerks will always come right at you sideways. Jerks will tell you lies that they can't believe. Heck, jerks will criticize the things they think. I am off the road, moving slowly in a parking lot, where I've got all my senses on high alert. 'Cause off the road they drive even worse than they do on it. Did this maniac even look? Was he reading in a book when he started his drag race to grab the handicapped space? And I wonder, will this guy ever be stopped? Who'll stop this jerk? If you're a jerk, I don't need to know it. If you're a jerk, why've you gotta show it? If you're a jerk, well, I've got a better plan. If you're a jerk, try and hide it. Come on, try and hide it. We don't need to know it. It's too much information. Shh. If you can. Some people may ask, Eric, are you ever a jerk? To which the only possible answer, of course, is I try and hide it. Back to your regularly scheduled concert. And, of course, the number that during our community concerts, community sings, is the single most requested one, and also the single most requested one that I can actually sing without incurring a copyright violation. It is, of course, Clementine. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Light she was, and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes with autopsies, sandals were for Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Drove she darklings to the water every morning just at 9. Stubbed a toe against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. In a churchyard near the canyon, where the myrtles doth entwine, there grow roses and other posies, fertilized by Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Then the miner, 49er, soon began to peak and pine. Thought he ought to join his daughter, now he's with his Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. In my dreams she still doth haunt me, robed in garments soaked with brine. In life I used to hug her, now she's dead, I draw the line. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Every song like this needs a moral. This one really ought to have 2, well, 3, since the opportunities to change this tragic tale keep on going along, because if Clementine had been wearing closed-toed shoes, she might not have stubbed her toe. And if the singer of this song had known how to swim, he might have rescued her. But nevertheless, we also have this moral as well. Now, you Boy Scouts and you Girl Scouts, heed this tragic tale of mine. Artificial respiration would have saved my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. And the epilogue, how I missed her, how I missed her, how I missed my Clementine. Till I kissed her little sister and forgot my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Somebody will have to explain to me at some point, does that song have a happy ending? or not? Let me know. Let me know. Time to attach the handy magic capo, because I don't want to sing this song in the key that it's written in. But I do want to play those chords. This is another sort of love song. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to one who lives there. She once was a true love of mine. Tell her to make me a cambric shirt. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, without any seam or fine needlework. And then she'll be a true love of mine. Tell her to wash it in yonder dry well. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, where water ne'er sprung, nor drop of rain fell. Then she'll be a true love of mine. And tell her to dry it on yonder thorn. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, which never bore blossom since Adam was born. Then she'll be a true love of mine. Well, that was the male half of the song. Now it's the woman's turn. Oh, will you find me an acre of land? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, between the sea foam and the salt sea sand. Or never be a true love of mine. And will you plow it with a ram's horn? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and sow it all over with one peppercorn. Then you'll be a true love of mine. And will you reap it with a sickle of leather? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, and tie it all up with one peacock's feather, and never be a true love of mine. And when you've done and finished your work, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, oh, well, then come to me about your cambric shirt, or never be a true love of mine. Oh, yeah. Such a lovely, lovely song, and such a devastating critique of the relations between men and women. I wrote this song for a friend of mine who is one of the great worship creators, and one of the great storytellers of worship, one of the great creators of those stories. I still am in awe at the things that he tells. So, Ron Brown, this one is for you. Tell us a story. There's a place in the circle already for you, here where we've gathered around. No more conversation, we're looking to you, and we promise we won't make a sound. Those faraway vistas we're longing to see are just taking shape in your eye. Tell us of shepherds and wandering kings and of prophets caught up to the sky. Come on and tell us a story of angels and demons, of tricksters and tramps. Come on and tell us a story of anger unanswered, affection triumphant. Tell us a story of love. Give us the gift of a faraway land. We'll make the journey with you. We'll laugh when the trickster's undone in the end, and father's a national proof. Tell us of brothers whose treachery turns to save all their families' lives, and of their descendants who crossed the Red Sea to freedom with all their feet dry. Come on and tell us a story of angels and demons, of tricksters and tramps. Come on and tell us a story of Well, there's a tear in my eye from that one. This is Charles Gabriel's great hymn to hope in the midst of loss. Will the circle be unbroken? I was standing at the window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a banner all awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. So I told that undertaker, oh undertaker, please drive slow, for that body that you're carrying, Lord, I hate to see her go. Oh, will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, loading in the sky. Followed close behind her, I tried to hold on and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in that grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I went back home, Lord. The home was lonesome, 'cause my mother, she had gone. There's all my brothers and sisters crying. What a home so sad and lone. Will the circle be unbroken? Oh, by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. One by one, the seats were empty. One by one, they went away. That family now is parted. Will they meet again someday? Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. May the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky, in the sky, Lord, in the sky, in the sky, Lord, in the sky. This is an appropriate one for this week's worship service, which has to do with the crossing of the Red Sea. Seems to me I got the crossing of the Red Sea into a song earlier this evening, too. Anyway, yeah, Oh Mary, Don't You Weep. Oh, if I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood. Oh, Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Moses stood on the Red Sea shore. He was floating the water with a 2x4. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. The Lord told Moses what to do to get those Hebrew children through. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water, fire next time. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned dead. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Mary wore 3 links of chain. Every round was freedom's name. Pharaoh's army got drowned get to heaven, gonna sing and shout. Nobody there are gonna put me out. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. One of these mornings, it won't be long, you're gonna call my name, but I'll be gone. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. One of these days, about 12 o'clock, this old world's gonna reel and rock. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. And one of these days, in the middle of the night, the people gonna rise, they're gonna set things right. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. It is September 11th, and I didn't actually write a song for September 11th. There's actually still a line in the back of my head that I thought would become a song, and it never did. But this song I wrote for a different occasion of profound grief and sadness, and I think it's appropriate as well for this day. Our voices rise up as from Ramah. Oh God, from where will comfort come? Rachel cries out for her children who will not be coming home. We wait and hear only of horror, and we ask how once again this violence erupts among us, leaving anguish, grief, and pain. Into the shadows bear a candle, a tiny spark against the night. Into the sorrows of an uncertain world, raise the promise of your light. Though the cause of evil prosper, yet 'tis love alone is strong. Though innocents are placed in danger, and power exercised for wrong, but God is waiting in the shadows, where human grief and sin shall cease. A holy light shines in the darkness, and heaven's children find their peace. To the shadows bear a candle, a tiny spark against the night. Into the sorrows of an uncertain world, raise the promise of your light. I do not accept the darkness as my predestined home of woe. I will not despair of loving, although its losing grieves me so. Let us take courage in the candle and hold its flame before the night. Let us take it to the shadows. Together we will shine with heaven's light. Into the shadows bear a candle, a tiny spark against the night. Into the sorrows of an uncertain world, raise the promise of your light. Into the shadows bear a candle, a tiny spark against the night. Into the sorrows of an uncertain world, raise the promise of your light. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger. I don't like that. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. But there's no sickness, no toil or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I know dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is deep and rough, but beauty's fields lie just beyond me, where souls redeemed their vigil keep. I'm going there to meet my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home. I want to wear a crown. I want to wear a crown of glory when I get home to that bright land. I want to shout salvation's story in concert with that blood-washed hand. I'm going there to meet my Savior, to sing his praises evermore. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. This does appear to be my night for Exodus songs. This one is from a little later in the book, when Moses has been up and down Mount Sinai to confer with God. And when he comes back down from Mount Sinai, so it says in Exodus 34, his face would glow, sort of like me with a bad sunburn. Well, not really. And this was apparently too much for the people greeting him. I mean, glowing faces are, well, they were no more common in Moses' day than in ours. And so Moses would wear a veil. And I keep wondering to myself, what would it be like, perhaps, if we veiled God's goodness a little less? If you would live unchanging, do not scale the heights, gaze upon the sunbeams as day overtakes the night. When old Moses climbed Mount Sinai to learn divine detail, he'd come back with his face ablaze with a light that would not fail. Oh, lift the veil, Moses, let us see the light. The promises of divine dawn to follow the human nights. From ignorance and bigotry and selfish pride we'd sail. Oh, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil. Oh, Moses, lift the veil. It was not the fires of judgment blazing in his eyes, but the holy grace and mercy and love that never dies. Still the people could not bear the light. Oh, Moses, they would pray, when you talk with God, veil your face, hide the light away. So lift the veil, oh Moses, let us see the light that promises a divine dawn to follow the human night. From ignorance, from bigotry, from selfish pride we'd sail. Oh, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil. Oh, Moses, lift the veil. No, they couldn't bear the gleaming that came streaming from his brow. Could we endure the fire of love with courage even now? Prophecy will pass away, human tongues will cease. The love of God, it'll never die, it will feed the warmth of peace. So lift the veil, Moses, let us see the light that promises a divine dawn to follow the human night. From ignorance and bigotry and selfish pride we sail. Oh, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil. Moses, lift the veil, Moses, let us see the light that promises a divine dawn to follow human night. From ignorance and bigotry, from selfish pride we'd sail. So lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil, Moses, lift the veil. Yeah, I think we could use a little more brightness in these days. I usually don't do this, but it's always the B string. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. The Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. His grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. And we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. We've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. And one more of my own song of living in sadness and loss, and a song of singing. Final chorus echoes still, although the notes are hard to hear because cheering fills the hall. The music masters wave farewell, then step out of the light, step out of the light. They'll take another journey into the mansions of the night, mansions of the night. But do not let the song fade away, or the sun will rise tomorrow with the blooming of the day. Human beings will love and laugh this grand and blessed play. Do not let the song fade away. The final words have all been said. The binding signatures applied to documents that separate. Former lovers say farewell. They step out of the room, they step out of the room. For one it may mean freedom, but for one it will mean gloom. For at least one it will mean gloom. But do not let the song fade away. The sun will rise tomorrow, the blooming of the day. Human beings will love and laugh this grand and blessed clay. Do not let the song fade away. All around this spinning globe, the human tear is falling and it desecrates the dust. But all around the globe as well, the human eye is bright with a smile, it is bright. There's love and joy and mercy and all the glories of the light, the glories of the light. So do not let the song fade away. The sun will rise tomorrow with the blooming of the day. Human beings will love and laugh this grand and blessed clay. Do not let the song, we will not let the song fade away. The sun will rise tomorrow with the blooming of the day. Human beings will love and laugh this grand and blessed clay. We will not let the song, no, we will not let the song, yes, do not let the song fade away. Well, the echoes will need to fade away for at least a couple more weeks, as we are at the end of our time and the end of our list of songs. And look, out comes the ukulele again. That's because this is one of the loveliest of the, well, loveliest among my admittedly limited awareness of the broad spectrum of Hawaiian music. Still, this is one of the local favorites, for good reason. It is a love song to the land, to the Aina. Hawaii Aloha. E Hawaii kuone hana oe, ku'uhome kula iwine no Hawaii, e haole na o pio Hawaii nei, oli e, maina ahe ahe makani e pa mai nei, mao ke aloha no Hawaii, mao ke aloha no Hawaii. Thank you once more for joining me for this time together to sing across the miles and across the time zones, I suppose. And we'll be back with this once more in 2 weeks. 11 plus 14 is 29, so September 29th. You'll also find a weekly song from Church of the Holy Cross, also a live performance at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays. And of course, this is also the place to look for our worship services, also live, 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Whenever you can next be with this assembly of music, whenever you next worship, or whenever you simply think of someone else, may your days be bright, may your songs be joyful, may your spirit be at peace. Aloha.